Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is your favorite YouTuber Mukesh Soni. Dear friends, in this video I'm going to give you an overview of the syllabus of third semester BA General English. There is a SEP syllabus which has been introduced in the year 2025. That is the Bangalore University SEP General English third semester BA syllabus. So before that, let's have a look um, at the skeleton of the syllabus. So the syllabus is divided into the two parts. One is the literary component that is for 50 marks, and the another is the language component, which has the weightage for 30 marks. Under literary component, you have a novel here. That's name of the novel is Choma's Drum. That's written by the famous Kannada author K. Shivaram Karanth. You have two poems. One is the frog and the nightingale, and when a tree falls. Two, you have another two short stories. One is just leather. That's all. Another short story, Kutum Katam. That's by Satyajit Ray. So novel plus four lessons. Then under language component, you have three important topics, examination aids. So you have the questions from English as a English for the competitive examination, and then job skills. And the job skills you will learn interview skills, group discussion, then corporate communication. Here you will learn the negotiation skills and team building. So that is the overview of your syllabus. Now let's have a discussion in detail each chapter. So the novella. So here you have one important book, one important novel, which alone has a weightage for 30 marks. So out of 80 marks question paper, 30 marks question will appear from this particular book, that is a Choma's Drum, written by K. Shivaram Karanth. Actually, this novel is originally written in Kannada language as Chomna Dudi in 1933 by renowned writer in Kannada literature, that is K. Shivaram Karanth. In English, it is translated as Choma's Drum by U.R. Kalakur or U.R. Kalkur. So this novel portrays the harsh realities of caste-based oppression, sufferings in rural India. So there's a central character whose name is Choma, who is an untouchable bonded labor who dreams of tilting his own land, who dreams that to cultivate his own land, but he's denied this right away because he is a low caste status. He belongs to low caste. So, despite his hard work, devotion, even rearing the bullocks, society bars him from farming independently. The society does not allow him to continue the agriculture alone or independently. So, this novel portrays the tragic fate of Choma's family, like his sons, daughter, and the sufferings, which reflect the cruelty of caste based discrimination and social injustice. So very shortly, I'll be making a video on this particular topic. So what you need to do, you have to keep an eye on the playlist. I suggest all of you just have a look at the playlist where you'll get all the videos links very shortly or in a very few days. Now we have two short stories and two poems. So as I told you, the novel Choma's Drum, it has a weightage for how many marks? 30 marks. Then two poems plus two short stories, the four lessons have the weightage for 20 marks. So here we have the first poem, The Frog and the Nightingale, written by the famous poet Vikram Seth, and it's a narrative poem. And this poem tells a story of a talented nightingale who is manipulated and exploited by a cunning frog. The poem is a fable with a moral lesson, which is written in a very simple, humorous lines, but it carries a deep message about self confidence, exploitation, and the dangers of blind trust. So, for more detail, you need to watch my video on this poem, which will be uploaded very soon. Third lesson we have here, When the Great Trees Fall, written by the famous poet Maya Angelou, and it's a poem of mourning. It's an elegy. Elegy means to say when it's a poem where we mourns, we express our dukha, means to say our sorrow. So this poem uses the metaphor of great trees to show the extraordinary people whose presence shapes the world. So when such great people, extraordinary people die, what happens? Their absence leaves behind deep sorrow, silence, disorientation. Yet the poem ends on a hopeful note. What's a hopeful note? Even though they are gone, their influence continues to inspire and strengthen those left behind. So that's about when the great tree fall. Fourth lesson, Just Leather, That's All, by Hernando Teles. So it's a short story by Colombian writer Hernando. It is set during the period of civil conflict and it shows the themes of, I'm sorry, morality, duty, violence, and personal integrity. The story presents a tense psychological situation between a barber and his unexpected customer who happens to be his enemy. So, very interesting story. Let's wait for my video in a very few days on this story. Just have an eye on the playlist. Repeatedly, I'm saying playlist. Last lesson in the section 1 language component Kutum Katam by the famous Bengali writer Satyajit Ray. It's a short story by the legendary Indian polymath Satyajit Ray, a famous writer, director. And this story revolves around a mysterious piece of tree branch that eerily resembles a four-legged animal. So there's a tree branch which looks like an animal which has a four legs. So this curious object captivates the protagonist and sets the stage for unsettling and supernatural events to unfold. So a lot of supernatural events happen. So the story stands as it's a classic example of Satyajit Ray's ability to weave to bring out the suspense and the supernatural elements which we can see in our everyday life. So these are the 1 plus 4, one novella 30 marks, 4 lessons for 20 mark, 4 lessons for 20 marks. So totally 50 marks language component. Sorry, not language component, the literature component. Now we are moving to the language component, which has the weightage for 30 marks. So under this language component, we have the very first topic, exam edge. So let me tell you what is this exam edge. So here, this exam edge here refers to the how English language is important from the competitive examination point of view. So most of you may prepare for the bank examination, RRB examination, SSC examination, railway examination, or maybe the Karnataka state-based government examination. There you need to qualify one paper that's for English language paper. So there they are not going to ask you the questions about prose poetry. They'll be asking the questions about the basic grammar. So look at the component idioms, phrases, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, one-word substitution, spelling, nouns, pronouns, conjunction, interjections, parajumbles. So there are a lot of topics are here. Now what you should do? First and foremost, you should solve all the questions which are given in your textbook. Secondly, you download those question papers, English question papers, which appeared in some government examination. You try to solve these question paper. The more question papers you solve, you will get a mastery on this topic. And I assure you that if you get a mastery on this topic, your 50% of guarantee of your government job is done, because the remaining paper is your GK that you can easily do it. So this will have the weightage for 10 marks in your third semester BA examination. Here they'll ask like fill up the blanks or multiple choice questions. Now, second topic you have here, job skills. Under job skills, you learn job interview and group discussion. You learn the meaning of job interviews, types of job interviews, do's and don'ts of job interviews, importance of body language, how to prepare for interview, how to conduct interview. Similarly, group discussion, you will learn here how to conduct a group discussion, how many people should be there, which are the do's and don'ts of group discussion. So examination, they will be asking you 2 marks, 5 questions, the theory questions. So I'll suggest you just go through the content which is given in your textbook. Third component, another for 10 marks, corporate communication skills. Here you'll be learning two important skills. One is the negotiation skills and team building, meaning characteristics, principles, types of each skill you need to learn here. Again, it's a theory question, theory part, and here 2 marks, 5 questions. You refer to your textbook. So this is how the language component exam adds 10 marks, and corporate communication 10 marks, and job skills for 10 marks, so 30 marks language component. Now let's have a look at the skeleton of your question paper. How will the question paper appear? Duration for the examination 3 hours, you know very well. Maximum marks 80. Section A will have the question from your novella, the novel, right? And Choma's drum, the novel. Here they are not going to ask you 2 marks question. They'll ask you 5 marks 4 questions, 10 marks 1 question. Then section B, prose and poetry. So you have 2 poems and 2 short stories. Here they will ask you 2 marks questions, 2 marks 5 questions, and 5 marks 2 questions. So they won't ask the 10 marks question. There are no 10 marks questions in the prose poetry. 10 marks questions only from the novella. Then finally, section C, there is a language component. Exam edge for 10 marks, job skills 2 marks 5 questions, corporate communication 2 marks 5 questions. So this is how I have tried my best to bring up a skeleton and outline of third semester BA General English SEP syllabus under Bangalore University. And for more videos, stay tuned with my channel. Keep looking at the playlist, and very shortly I'll be doing the all the lessons videos very soon. Have patience. So thank you so much. Stay tuned with my channel once again. Thank you.